I love America. I grew up playing soldier, saluting the flag, starting the school morning with the Pledge of Allegiance and the opening prayer. That is until June 25th, 1962, when the Supreme Court decided that God wasn't welcome in our schools anymore. It was yet another step in the dismantling of America. Who would ever have imagined that putting America first, or making America great again, would be controversial? Recently, Ruth Bader Ginsburg died one day after Constitution Day. Everybody, conservatives and liberals alike, are rolling out the accolade. Jill Biden said Ginsburg was a, quote, champion of justice and women's equality, end quote. Conservatives have praised her as a lioness of the court. But the truth is, she was not a champion for America. She was a champion for liberalism. The court is not supposed to be liberal or conservative. It's supposed to interpret the law as written by the Congress and the Constitution as penned 233 years ago on September 17th, 1787. Now comes the hard part. Does the president replace Ginsburg immediately, or does he wait until after the Democrats decide that it's an appropriate time? Their response will be, what's the hurry? Why not wait until after the election? The simple answer is, there are already 800 lawyers lined up on the Democrat side just waiting to pounce on the election results and try and convince courts that they will have carefully chosen that millions of fraudulent ballots should be counted and that Joe Biden, despite what I believe will be a landslide electoral victory for Donald J. Trump, should be president of the United States. In light of that, we will desperately need a full rostrum on the Supreme Court. A 4-4 tie on the presidency would mean only chaos and absolute anarchy. The media is already telling us that such a nomination will undoubtedly bring an uproar amongst Democrats and the American left. That, of course, would mean that the Soros-funded brown shirts and Antifa and BLM will take their cue from the Democrat leaders and take to the streets with violence, looting, burning, and probably more murder. The mere threat of such a nationwide streak of violence is meant to send a chill down the spine of America. But the question is this: if the deep state can use the threat, the fear of anarchy and violence to shut down our ability to operate the government, do we really have a viable government? If the system allows itself to be held hostage to tyrannical threats of violence, for all intents and purposes, America is over. That's what's at stake. It's America versus the forces that would destroy America, socialism and the rule of the mob. It's America versus the establishment, including their lackeys in the media, politicians, including the Democrats and establishment types like Mitt Romney, Lisa Murkowski, and Susan Collins, who's fighting for her political life in Maine, and billionaire traders like international terrorism financier George Soros, Greenie Tom Sire, failed presidential hopeful Michael Bloomberg, Facebook czar and leftist anti-American Mark Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett, media mogul Jeff Bezos, Seth Klarman, leftist sports owner and socialist shark of Shark Tank fame Mark Cuban, establishment GOP and deep state enthusiast Stan Druckenmiller, and a host of others. But the list goes on. The Bush family is committed to their own never Trump stance since low-energy jet was destroyed by Donald Trump, even as they promote globalism and buy up water rights around the world. Maybe that's why they appointed another establishment crony like John Roberts, who betrays America on a regular basis, including things like Obamacare. How serious is this Supreme Court battle? This nomination and this election will decide if America continues or if America is over. It's that simple and that frightening. Here's what Rush Limbaugh had to say about it. Trump is the lone guy that's standing in the way of the United States ceasing to be what it was founded to be. It's that serious. President Donald Trump is universally hated by the left, the establishment, the deep state, the mainstream media, and globalists. They have worked tirelessly to destroy his presidency, his family, his country. But after the dust settled and the sun rose, there was Donald J. Trump, battle-worn, bruised, but tougher and wiser than all of his antagonists and smarter than all of his advisors, and ready for the war that will decide the fate of this nation. The media and the Democrats will encourage the violence and terror across the land. They will say that Trump deserves it, when what they really mean is that America, you voted wrong, and we're going to get even with you. We're going to punish you for doing it. The left will do all in their power to bring the wrath down on the American people for having the temerity to be Americans. But stand strong, America. After this battle is over, the sedition quelled or crushed if necessary, we'll have a chance to be America again. To be honest, it's really not about making America great again. It's about making America America again. Going back to our roots, faith, family, freedom, and the Constitution. It's time that we shut down the leftist, globalist, anti-American bastions of education, the bullies who make us prisoners in our own homes with martial law disguised as COVID public health concerns. It's time to rid America of tyrants who leave casinos, liquor stores, and abortion clinics open while closing churches. It's time to rid ourselves of dystopic governors and crooked mayors like the Nashville mayor John Cooper, who for personal power and to promote the leftist agenda lied about COVID-19 deaths and choked the life out of downtown Nashville, leaving thousands with no way to earn a living or support their families. It's time to say no more, America. It's time to make America America again. And if we do, we won't have to make America great again, because greatness will follow. And I think Donald J. Trump knew that all along.